Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and it's the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope it's why you're here because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in, the continued support. I really do appreciate it. So I know this is coming to you like a month late. I'm already aware of that. It is not because I've been in a reading slump. It's not because I died. It's not because I fell off the face of the planet. Actually, I have been reading. I've been doing fucking fantastic. I've just been too lazy to sit on my floor and talk about books. I've just been talking with other people. So I need to get back on this and get you guys all caught up with what I've been up to. So you're to see a plethora of videos coming your way. Yes, I'm going to be the same shit because I'm batch filming. That's how we do it around here. Sometimes, I guess. But let's get right into it. This is my week 7, including days from February 18th through February 24th. Yeah, we're going way back. We're going way fucking back for this. So without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay, so week 8 of my weekly wrap up. I know I've been kind of falling off the wagon on doing these, but I need to get back on them. So I'm going to try to get you guys all caught up. Week 8 was February 18th through February 24th. And in that week, I completed 2 books and continued to work on a third one because the third one happened to be a big chunker. Yeah, it was a biggin'. The one that I still at that point in time had not completed was Christina Marziatis' Ghost. I had made it almost 3/4 of the way through at that point, and the fuck is going on? There's people are not there anymore. Secrets need to be revealed because I'm just sitting on pins and needles waiting for secrets to be revealed at this point, and I'm just like, still got fucking talking birds. Like, what is with this? It's so crazy. This book makes so much sense, but yet it is complete insanity at the same time. And I know it sounds incredibly weird to say, but it is fantastic the way she writes this book. You feel so comfortable, and then all of a sudden something weird and crazy comes out of left field, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? What am I actually supposed to do with this? What are you having a child do? What? All right. Okay. So that's how I felt in week 8 about this book, and I continue to work on it. So you'll see later on what I kept thinking of it later. So keep your eyes peeled for a full book review on that. It will be up, and when it does go up, I will link it there because I have reviewed this entirety of this series. This is the 3rd installment to the Love Letting series written by Christina Marziatis, and I love this series. Haunt, which is right there. There it is. That was my book of the year of 2023. So needless to say, the series is fucking killer and stellar, and I'm loving it, and it makes me go crazy. And I love it. It's good times. Now, what I did complete in week 8, the first one I completed was Ava Evergreen Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. I gave this thing 3 stars. This was for the Black Hat Book Coven pick of February. If you're not familiar with the Black Hat Book Coven is, it is a book club that I am part of here on YouTube with 3 other lovely ladies. And I will link all their channels in the down box below. We have already had our live show for this one. So I will link it right here. I will go and link it so you can go check it out. And we sit there and discuss this book. But a little bit about this book. This is a middle grade. Middle grade. Something you do not see from Jackie. And you probably won't see for a very long time again, even though I had a really good time with this book. And there is a trigger for a loss of a loved one in this. I would just make that aware. But other than that, it's middle grade. I don't really know what could be triggering in a middle grade book. I honestly don't know. So there we go. But a quick summary. We have Ava Evergreen who needs to complete her novice apprenticeship witch certificate so her little bit of magic that has been bestowed to her does not get taken away. Because if your magic never comes through and you can't do anything with it, it is taken away. And this apprenticeship is a journey, essentially. She has to go find a village or a town that needs help from a witch and then get the sign off from that town and help them. So they're good witches. They're good witches. And that's what she has to do. There's just one hiccup. She has very, very little magic, which is very shocking because her mother is one of the most is one of the most strong, I can speak, one of the strongest witches in this world. And it's very crazy that she doesn't have hardly anything. She does have an affinity for fixing things. She does seem to work well with those pieces. So she's hoping that she will be able to complete this and become a novice apprentice witch. Now she finally gets her ticket after some shenanigans ensue. That was a really good time, actually. I was very proud of her for standing up for herself. I thought that was dope. Awesome. But she finally gets her ticket and she goes off and she lands into a place called Oteri, I think is how you're saying it. I'm not quite for sure. But it's one of the farthest townships out. And she fell asleep. Okay, so we don't actually know if she was supposed to end up here, because the way this ticket system works is that she gets this ticket and then it glows when the port that she's supposed to go to is around. So she fell asleep, so she has no idea. It just happens to be the end of the row and she has to get off the fucking boat. So she gets off the boat. And to get the mayor to sign off on her novice apprenticeship, I think I'm saying that right, the mayor, who requested the help of a witch to come help the town, says that she has to help them protect the town from the culling. That is this massive storm that's coming, that comes, I think, once every couple of years, I think is what they said. And it's massive. And Oteri, because it's the furthest out, gets hammered and pretty much destroyed most of the time. But Oteri also is known for this famous light festival that it has. So Ava, who has very, very little magic and tends to blow things up and create cabbages when she means to make flowers, puts a smile on her face and tries to do her best. She does. And she has some flubs and she has some mishaps, but in the end, she keeps trying and persevering. And I won't spoil it for you if she completes it or not. But it was a good time. I had a good time with this story for sure. What worked? The pace of the story. It flowed really, really nicely. I had a great time with this. It was a super easy read. I mean, it's middle grade, so I wasn't expecting, super heavy themes, constructs, and, things I had to break down to really understand and grasp it. But I had a really genuinely good time with it. I do not read middle grade. I think the last time I read a middle grade before this was before middle school. Like, I honestly couldn't tell you. But I had a genuinely good time. It was sweet. It was a nice, sweet, refreshing read, something that I'm not used to reading, so I'm okay with it. It was a good time. The magic system. I really enjoyed the magic system in this. Normally when you see magic systems, they're the same spells. You have to say, everybody says the same spell and it works. For this, for each individual person, they have to create their own spell that works with their type of magic. So I really liked seeing that polarizing thing with her mother and then with Ava, who doesn't have a lot of magic, so she had to use everyday skills with her magic. She had to be really creative and think outside the box, and I really enjoyed that, because when you have magic systems in the world, the author is the one that is creating this out of the box environment, okay? Creating this world, creating how the magic rules work and everything. But within this story, what Julie does, she makes it the responsibility of the actual character. And our character's like almost 13. Like, she's a little kid. Well, not really 13, like she's preteen, okay? Little teeny bopper, all right? Teeny boppers. Yeah. All I'm thinking is when I was 13, I was a teeny bopper. I hated being called that. Anyway, so she puts the power in the character's hands, and she has to really think outside and use her elements to make her magic work for her. And I thought that was really cool, especially seeing it as a middle grade book. That's a great message for little kids, saying, hey, not everything is going to work out the same way for you as it does for somebody else. You have to use your strengths and your talents and figure out how to make the world work for you and what you can give. And I thought that was really fucking cool. I liked the way she displayed that message and the way it carried through, and it was consistent through the entirety of the story. Every single time she had to learn a new skill set, she had to think again outside the box. And also, I love the how you had to strengthen your magic. Like, she couldn't do a lot of magic in the beginning because it would like zap her and use up all her energy. But if she continued persevering and going forward and keep trying and doing more and more each time, she would become stronger and better and more proficient in it and quicker, and everything would last longer. I thought that was just really awesome, the way she utilized the world that the author had created, but allowed the characters really to shine with their own creative juices and everything. I thought that was fantastic. That was great. We have an animal companion in this, and I love a good animal companion. This thing's like a little fox sort of thing, little fire fox, and it's awesome. Okay, I loved him. Crap, what was her name? I cannot remember her name right off the top of my head. I wish I wrote it down. It's that little flame fox. I can't remember. Smolder? I don't think that was her name. I can't remember. It was really cute because it worked for her. Lame. So lame, I can't remember that. Why didn't I not write that down? Ugh, don't you just hate that when you do that? God, that's annoying. Anyway, little fire fox, Ember. Yeah, Ember. Ember's adorable. And there's a scene where you think she has to go away, but then it's really endearing because she's like, you're my person, I can't leave you. And it gave me all the Homeward Bound vibes. Like, I didn't tear up, but I felt the Homeward Bound moment, like that little kid, little Jackie sitting there thinking, is the other one gonna come home? He's gonna make it? Is Shadow gonna make it? Is he? Like, I felt those heartstrings come back, and they were pulling, and I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna cry in a middle grade book. But I didn't, but it was a good time. The animal companion definitely was some brevity, and not brevity, but some levity in the story, even though it was very above the board, not a lot of heavy things. It was still nice to have that light and dark still compared within the middle grade genre. I thought it was great. I love the found family. I thought that was adorable. She ends up becoming friends with a bunch of kids her own age, and it becomes like this little family unit. And I do love a good found family. I think that's great. I also love the fact that that was another message that was strong in the story, that you have to give friends a chance. You have to give them multiple chances. Sometimes first impressions are not what you have to go off of. Sometimes you just got to keep trying, but everybody's worth a second chance. You know, I thought that was great. Back to the messages, so many good messages and morals for young kids. I think this is great for young kids to read. I think it's fun for young adults. I mean, it was fun for an adult to read, but I'm not gonna go read it on a regular basis. But it was really a good time. I love the messages involved. I love the stories. I will have zero problem giving this to my niece, who I plan on giving it to. She is learning. She's in the process of getting into chapter books. This is still a little too advanced for her, but she is an advanced reader, and I'm super proud of that for her. So she'll get this really, really soon. And I plan on picking up the sequel as well and reading it and then giving it to her as well as like kind of a little present, because she's my little reader. She's my little niece, and I love her. My little bug. I love her. Anyway. However, as much worked in the story, there was some stuff that didn't work. And this is coming from me, okay? Someone who doesn't read middle grade a lot. So please keep that in mind. This is someone, I do not read middle grade. I do not review middle grade. I don't critique middle grade that much because I just don't read it. Okay, so if these are things that are just like, really, Jackie, that's why you didn't give this a 3-star? Yeah, that's why I didn't give this a 5-star book, because these were bothered me because I don't read this genre. Okay, and I just couldn't step away. Sorry. But, so, this girl isn't even 13, and they're just sending her off to the God knows where. Her parents don't know. They don't. What? No. Absolutely not. I did not like that at all. I was like, really? That's stupid. That's annoying. And they don't even have phones. Like, well, they have phones, but she communicates via little birds that are turned into little origami notes and letters. I'm like, you're not even calling your parents. What? No, I was not cool with that. The mom in me was just like, oh my God, I would never, I mean, no. You might be able to be alone for a few hours, but you're not going on a fucking ship where you don't even know where you're going, and then just gonna send me some little folded little bird saying, I'm here, I happen to be across the freaking world, and there's this giant storm coming and I gotta save the world. No. Absolutely no. Nah. The mom in me cringed so hard through most of that boat scene that I was like, get through it. It's a story. It's magical realism. Get over it, Jackie. No, I just couldn't sometimes, all right? I just couldn't. I couldn't. And there were parts of this story that I really wanted to be adult. I liked this story, and I think I would have loved it if it was written in an adult viewpoint, because there was some stuff I could see being like enemies to lovers later on, little childhood sweetheart action going on. There was some definite buildup, and that's from me as an adult looking at this. I know it's a middle grade, I know, but I couldn't turn my brain off, okay? I just couldn't, because I was reading this side by side with it. Hello? Not a good idea, okay? Very, very adult themes. And then you gotta go to this and was like, this guy would totally be a cool enemies to lovers, hate to love situation here. I want it. So I might be on the lookout for something like that later on. So that was those are the only things that didn't work for me. But I did give this a strong 3. This was a very strong, solid 3. No spice rating. It's middle grade. I didn't expect there to be, so obviously there's not. But if this was written in adult, this could be spicy. Just saying. It's got the makings of it. Just, Julie, write them up older. Older. We're good. So, but yeah, this was a fun one. I was pleasantly surprised with this. I was very much dreading this pick, and I very much enjoyed it. And do go check out that live show if you've not been able to go check it out. It was linked up here in the corner. It'll be linked in the down box below, so you can see all my girlfriends and I talk about and gab about this book. At that point when we did the live show, I had not finished it, but I did finish it right then and there, like right after that live show. So that was great. The next book I finished that week was Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon, the 3rd installment to the Ice Planet Barbarian series. I'm slowly but surely making my way through this series. I like these new covers. I'm collecting these because they're fun. And this follows Kira and Ahiko, I think is how you say his name. If I'm wrong, it's a gigantic blue alien. It's a made-up name. Cut me some slack. All right, cool. Thanks. This is also a Friends to Lover. We have some use of toys in this one. Yeah, we'll get to that. And then we also kind of feature infertility, or the idea that possible infertility could be a issue. So I do want to make you that aware if that is a trigger for you. It is prevalent in this book. So, quick little summary. We have Kira, who is one of the original girls from the first installment that was kidnapped by these little angry little lizardy looking dudes. And they're gross fucking assholes. They're assholes, all right? Straight up. They're dicks. I don't like them. But Kira was selected to get what they call the translator. She got this little implant in her brain so she could translate what they were saying into the girls, so there would be like some type of communication. You can see it here in the picture. It's right here. Okay, so she's got some attachments. She had some work done. Okay, it's fine. But after they're rescued and they're in the home on I still can't get over the planet's fucking name. Not Hoth. Okay, that's the name of the planet. I love it. It's so cheesy. It's great. They have become acclimated. We get to see Georgie and Vectel, who's the couple from the first one. We get to see them again, and we kind of see a little bit of the workings of the village. Now, or the cave system. In the cave system, there's a lot of unmated males and a lot of unmated human females and a lot of alien females, okay? And the cave is starting to get a little too snug. People are starting to sleep like almost on top of each other, not in a good way. So there is some talk of possibly splitting the tribes. and there is some discussion about who would go to the new tribe. And there's this guy, Ahiko. He is like the jokester, but he's a good guy. He is an ultimate good guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders, but he just likes to have a good time. And he has his eyes set on Kira, except neither one of them has resonated. They don't resonate for each other. And so it is literally just, they know that eventually they'll resonate for somebody else, possibly if they ever resonate. And it'll have to end. So Kira very much tries to protect herself because she does not believe she'll ever resonate, because when she was on planet Earth, she had an operation that caused her to become infertile. So she thinks that that's why she hasn't resonated, because she can't bear children at all. So she thinks that is the reason, because the resonation is to help reproduce. And she's afraid that if she becomes attached, because she just can't do a friends with benefits situation. Some girls just can't do friends with benefits, all right? No shame in that. No shame. She just can't be one of them. She doesn't want to get attached to a guy that she actually really likes and, could possibly form human emotional attachments to. And then have the resonance happen and all of a sudden have it ripped away because he has to go bang some other chick because he has to further reproduce the tribe. Like, come on. I get it. We get it. But Ahiko, he pursues her. He pursues her relentlessly, makes her laugh, makes her come a few times, because even though she can't do the friends with benefits, she still tries it, because giant ice planet, giant blue alien ribbed for her pleasure. Fuck yeah, you try it. Yeah, go for it. Party. Like, okay, we get it. People will understand. But she has this fear, not only for not resonating, but she's afraid that these little bad aliens will come back and they will be able to locate her and all the other survivors by her transporter. So she convinces Vectel to allow her to go to the spaceship that these guys actually arrived on Nahoth from to get the language dump and see if maybe they could find a way to remove this thing. Ahiko finds out about this. He's like, I'm going. Party, I'm going. And they get a little group together. And through this little journey, this friends to lovers blossoms into more than that. And that is where our story really kicks off. So what worked? I loved the banter between Ahiko and Kira. Dixon has a really good way of honing in on just the main couple, but really making you feel like you're there and you're part of it and you're actually seeing it unfold while you're being present. She does this balance with the exterior world and her main couple really, really well. So the banter that you get, you feel like you're there watching it unfold, but at the same time, it's still very intimate for you. And I really enjoy the way she does her couples and how she builds her couples up. She does it very, very well, and it was very sweet, it was very funny. And Ahiko's a funny guy. I like him. There is a courting gift because Ahiko wants to court her. And he finds out from the previous couple, I can't remember, Rahush and Liz. Liz who's also a trickster, Liz says, you should get her a courting gift. So he gets her a courting gift. He makes it, actually. And it's awesome. Very personal, very intimate, very saying one message and one message only. And it was excellent. And that whole scene was hilarious. I laughed my ass off during that one because it was just, it was priceless. I couldn't not laugh at that. And then knowing what we all have because my friend is a 3D printer was fucking great. So I thought it was hilarious. I love the original plot line of getting the translator removed. I thought that was a really unique component with Kira because with Rahush and Liz, Rahush had to kidnap her and kind of keep her alone. Georgie and Vectel, they were the first, so he found them. I was very interested in how she was going to get the other groupings together, like the other couples together, because when resonance happen, it happens immediately. So they've already been there for a while. So having this one not resonate, and it's kind of the reason because there's a translator and she can't have children. I thought that was really cool and unique that she gave her something kind of unique and special, but still was able to get the couple out alone so they could build this up. And that's the reason she did it. I thought it was a great work. I love the tease in this book. All these stories are HEAs, but this one didn't feel like it was going to go that way. There was a tease moment, and I was like, oh, bitch, you didn't. You did not throw a wrench in my little fucking little wet ice planet barbarian dream here, okay? No. Yes, you did. I really, really fucking enjoyed that because that tease was epic. I was just like, no. Ruby Dixon's books have tendency, and this one does it too, they tend to wrap up really nicely. When she did this, I was like, oh, she's not gonna do this? Give me more. Like, I was invested. I was like, no, you cannot do this to me. I loved it. I love the fact that she threw that in there because of all the issues that this couple had. Thought that was fantastic. And this one does have a lot more action. There's a lot of like badass action. Kira's kind of a badass, not gonna lie. Like it a lot. I like the action in the story, thought it was great, along with the romance. However, this book did work. There were still things that didn't work. This book had multiple epilogues. So this book was pretty much done. Hold on. By the way, there's 6 parts to this book. 6. But let me show you where this book actually like ends. All right, this is where this book ends, right? This is what you have left. There's a whole, like, 50 fucking pages. This story was over. If you're gonna have that many, like, epilogues, just put it in the fucking story. Don't give me the HEA and be done and then be like, oh, I'm gonna add on this little layer. Just incorporate it in the story. That's annoying. That really was annoying. Like, you could have just given me that novella and I didn't actually have to read it. But the thing is, this ending, this honeymoon section, here's the thing about the honeymoon section. In the original printing, I don't believe it was there. In this printing, it is. But I feel like the honeymoon section should have been actually in the book. Like, you should have just incorporated it because there was stuff going on in the honeymoon section. Come on. There was super sexy fun times in there. Give it to me. So there was a point in the book where I felt like it was over, but I knew it wasn't over. And that's just annoying to feel that way because you're like, why did you make me feel like this was over and now it's not? Like, I got to that. When you know you're getting to the end of the book, you kind of like start preparing yourself. You know, you get those last couple pages, you start preparing. You're like, okay, I'm going to prepare for either like a big, huge what the fuck moment, a big, huge like, I don't know. But when you're holding like 50 pages left and you know that that moment's coming, you're like, what? Like your body starts to already naturally do it and your brain starts doing it. And then you're like, I have to physically stop myself and read. That's just annoying. It is annoying when it happens. And then her book wrapped up too nicely after the big action sequence. It just was like, and all fall into place. Great. Thank you for that tease. And then just handing it right over. Like, I kind of wish that, and that's why this honeymoon section, I kind of wish would have actually been the story because I think that would have been more, if it wouldn't actually include the story, it wouldn't have looked like it wrapped up so nicely, to be perfectly honest. I could have had that little bit of struggle left, and I would have appreciated that. Spice rating. This is alien smut, guys, okay? So it walks in as a 3 chili peppers. It's aliens, but we use toys in this, so I'm going to give it a 3.5. So the courting gift is a toy. But, you know, there's no sex shops on Not Hoth. So what else would you give the girl of your dreams to tell her, I want to be only with you? It's awesome. I mean, seriously, he gives her a carved dildo. Super romantic, right? It gets better. He carves his own and gives it to her. Fuck me, that was great. I fucking lost my shit. When I read that, I was like, let me reread this for a second. What? Yes. Yes. They are your friends, not your fucking enemies. Yes. But if you are threatened, fucking make it look like your own. That is awesome. I applaud you. That was fantastic. I had such a great time with that. That made my day when I read that. I had such a good time with that one. Very, very fun. Also, we have a lot of graphic language, but it's, again, alien smut. So it walks in as a 3. But that courting gift, that gave that extra layer of, yeah. It was great. This was fun. It kind of becoming a tradition that every February I read an Ice Planet book, but I am starting to collect them. I'm starting to get kind of like a backlog because they're like releasing a lot faster. So I might have to read another one later on because there was another member in this story that I know the next book is about because I've already looked ahead that I know that the next book is about that person, but I did not know in this book that it was going to be the next person. And there's a mystery dude in there. So I'm like, ooh, yeah. So you might be seeing some more aliens here real soon. So there you go. But that is what I completed in week 8, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's come to you guys late, but yeah, that's me. Yeah, you take it or leave it. That's how I am. But I will see you guys all soon with another video. Bye, guys. Oh, and if you are planning on giving any courting gifts, he carved it himself. It's the thought that counts, okay? If you're not a carver and you're not an artist, it's understandable, but it's the thought that counts. But seriously, I would like that gift. Honey? Talk to you guys later.